Hey Gemini, welcome to Higher Source Tarot. Thanks to everybody who's been subscribing to my channel. It was really cool. Last month I got quite an influx of subscribers and that was fun to see. I cannot see who you are if your privacy settings are set so that it's private. So don't worry if you're skulking around on YouTube watching tarot and you're afraid to subscribe because you think your boss or somebody will see it. They won't. Just change your privacy and I can't even see. So if you've been wondering too, can the creators see me? Not unless you're at a public setting. We can't even see who it is. But anyway, thanks to everybody who's been subscribing and continuing to like, comment, subscribe, and share my videos. That's really fun for me, and I appreciate it very much. So I'm going to keep doing readings. This is going to be your January 2020 mid-month tarot check, okay? It's mid-month January tarot check for all Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus and Gemini. So if you're any one of those, you are in the right place. I hope you're off to a great start in 2020 and you've just been able to kind of sit back and allow some things to come into your life. You know, we continue on to find things that we enjoy. I yesterday had Hay House send me a free documentary movie. I had like Joe Dispenza and Greg Braden and a lot of other people that were in The Secret, and it's just one of those uplifting things, and it's fun for me to get those in my mailbox, and that's the kind of TV I enjoy. I don't watch a lot of regular television. Don't know about you, but I just don't like, I just don't like to spend too much time on stuff like that because it's just not that much fun anymore. So anyway, find things you enjoy, do lots of them, and then stay tuned and things will start to show up in your life that'll really matter. So we're going to keep going here. So for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for mid-month January. Now, a lot of times what happens is I get the feeling that the flow begins in January, but it continues on for a couple months after that. All right, let's see here. And we'll begin here with an Abraham card. I am a physical extension of source energy. Everything in your physical environment was created from non-physical perspective by that which you call source. And just as source created your world and you, through the power of focused thought, you, from your leading edge place in this time-space reality, are continuing to create your world. Okay, so we want to be deliberate creators because either way you're creating. So this is your immediate circumstance, may have undergone a change. You've got Death and the Hermit, so could be dealing with a Virgo. You've got the King of Swords, distant past, the Five of Wands. Ooh, 10 of Swords is a more recent past, and then the Moon. Boy, if somebody went through some heartache, things are going to be looking up. That's the good news. Yeah, so, okay. All right, very good. And then you have, you got the Ace of Swords here. Boy, it's like one of those things where I keep wanting to take cards. Got the Ace of Swords and then the Star at the bottom of the deck. And I took two just because this definitely looks like somebody had an ending to something and went within, kind of just retreated, like, to hell with this. I don't need this negativity in my life. I don't need whatever this has been. I have to move in a different direction. And Spirit is telling you, you moved on the right path. So if you've had any, reservations about that, you are in the right place. You are right on schedule. Your goal to this is to become more, I feel like, have more communication, better communication. I don't know if it was, I feel like it was something where somebody got kind of trampled, where they were dealing with somebody who was very toxic and needy, and it was like if the world didn't revolve around them or you gave them any feedback, like, I don't know where I'm getting this from, but sort of like they'd leave the refrigerator open and go to work for several hours and you'd come home and all your food was thawed, and it was like the kind of person you couldn't tell them, hey, I think you might have left the refrigerator open all day, because they couldn't handle something like that. It's that kind of a person where they're very sensitive to the point where you're almost walking on eggshells. and I feel like somebody was in that kind of a relationship, but it ended. There was change here. There was a lot of chaos, a lot of change. It could have been somebody who was highly, highly dramatic, but very almost kind of fun to be around. I hate to say that, but the other side of all that drama was a real high energy, somebody very energetic, always wanting to be on the move, always wanting to do things. And that was kind of a fun energy, but the problem with it, they were so unstable. I do think they took advantage of you, and you had a time where you needed to just recover from whatever this was. So if it's possible that it was work too, where somebody really stabbed you in the back at work, or a friendship group, then this is definitely for you. I mentioned Virgo. You've got Pisces, Aquarius here, Leo here. So if you're dealing with any of those. But what I think is going to happen here is some truth. Somebody's going to get a big dose of truth coming out, and I don't think it's you. I actually think whoever was the person who was either the catalyst to the disagreement, or in some way, turned on you and stabbed you in your back, because that's the end of a cycle. So that is, the good news is you're in a recovery phase now. You're beginning the new year in a recovery phase. But there's been some things that have been hidden, whether it was emotion or, again, I'm getting a lot about communication. Almost like you just needed to speak your truth and be open and know that it was okay to do that. But that's all going to be coming to light. And boy, you're going to learn. This is where the Fool learns in the deck, and the Soul learns that you can count on yourself. If somebody's been beating you down, Gemini, you know your own self-worth. You're like, it's like almost like I'm getting the theme song from Rocky. You're getting stronger and more aware of your gifts and talents, and somebody's going to come in and really appreciate those things. I don't think it's going to be in January, but I'm getting in the next 3 months. So probably for you, if you're looking for a new relationship, I'm going to tell you it's probably March, April. For whoever this is for. You're still kind of convalescing from this. I do think you've got an offer coming in. You might have some people that are going to want you to go out with them. You're not that thrilled with the offer, but the big offer will be coming, because your overall heart's desire is you want this, this 1111. You want that in 2020. You want that stable relationship. So, with this card, this is a really good card for manifesting. It's a sign that you will manifest, and then it's a master number, right? 1111's a master number. So you've kind of been, knowing that you're moving forward here. You're waiting for something to happen, and you're hanging on to that one wand like it's not too late to turn back. But I actually think whatever was done over here, you're not going to turn back and go back to that, Gemini. You have too much going on for you. And I do feel like for some of you in the next couple months, if you're embarking on some kind of a health and fitness thing, you're going to be cutting out things that aren't good for you, and you're going to see awesome results. So if you're somebody too that you kind of overindulged over the holidays, and you just didn't take the greatest care of yourself towards the last part of the year in 2019, you are going to get serious about it, and you're going to have really good results from any kind of a nutritional change, fitness kind of changes, and even some minor changes might yield big results. But you're cutting things out that haven't been good for you, and you're going to do it with authority. You're going to be able to speak your mind a lot clearer. This Ace of Swords is all about clarity, and getting very clear on what you desire. And guess what? Those things are going to come forward for you. So again, I think I said 3 months. So March, April-ish is when I think that'll be clearer to you. But again, this is a mid-month check. It doesn't resonate for everybody. If you didn't find this is your sun, moon, maybe check your moon or your rising sign and see about that, because that can also be, the rising sign especially can be about your physical manifestations, whereas your sun sign is more about your soul's journey. So anyway, check back, and I'll be back either next week or the week after that. But I love you, and we'll continue to continue.